Preston, for you, setting a new career high in passing, I mean, what does that mean in the grand scope of a game like this? Maybe get to appreciate it a little bit more.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't even realize that was my career high. But that was just an awesome game, start to finish offensively. I feel like we're playing really good complementary football. Starts with being able to run the ball. We were able to run the ball really effectively, and then we did a great job of converting on the shots that we took. Really, Keyshawn, RJ, Mello, everybody was making plays, so it was awesome.
For both of you, when you have a game like this where you dominate everything on the stat sheet, what impressed you guys the most about the way your team played today?
For me personally, just coming out second half and not letting up. You know what I'm saying? Defense first drive, I think we had a 3-and-out. Offense went down there, they executed still. So just being able to put a full game together, man. Just on, like you said, offense, defense, special teams. I feel like we executed well on all three levels of the game. So it just felt really good to be able to put a game together like that and just to execute.
Yeah, I'd second that. I think in the first half, we didn't punt once, and I think they punted just about every drive except for one. So it really doesn't get any better than that. It's something to be really proud of.
Preston, your first career start was against Tulsa there last year. I think first play touchdown to Rasheed, second play touchdown to Mello today. What was it like playing now for the first time starting against a team for a second time?
Like Tulsa specifically? It was cool. It did hit me like after that touchdown happened. I was like, whoa! First throw last year was a touchdown, and first throw this year is a touchdown. That's really cool. And they were wide open both times, so it's not like I did a ton. But no, it was really cool. And Tulsa's a really good team. They've always given us some trouble in the past. I think Coach Lashley was saying that it's been since like 2008 since we beat them back-to-back years, something like that. So to come out and play the way we played today was really special and just a testament to the work that we put in this week. And I think we're really starting to hit our stride and come together. So it's about to get really fun.
Isaiah, Coach just said that after Tulsa scored that field goal in the first half, you guys weren't really happy with that. The defense was not, okay with even giving up a single point, and he's impressed by that mindset. Can you talk a little about how you guys developed that and how important it is to have that?
I think we're playing with a lot of confidence right now because we know the work that we're putting in. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, when nobody else is watching, Thursday, we know the work that we're putting in. So as a defense, as a team right now, we're confident because we know we're putting in the work and we're going out there. We're expecting to dominate and to held opponents down to, like you said, we gave up those 3 points. We weren't happy about that. And we just said we're going to go out there. We're just going to try to finish the game and make sure they don't score anymore. So we expect to be dominant. We expect to just go out there and play hard, swarm. That's our motto, swarm to the football. And the standard is the standard, and that's not going to change.
Isaiah, go ahead. So you're on the field when this happened, but there were fans yelling at the offensive linemen to make sure y'all got a certain amount of points. And then right after that, you scored. So from a defensive standpoint, to be able to get in and get some points up in a game like this, just kind of what does that do for you guys, and kind of what's the thought process when you're able to do those things?
First and foremost, my first pick six, man. So I just want to give all the glory to God, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. It was an amazing moment for me personally, but to be able to go out there and help the offense and help the team and put points on the board, just to help the team in general, it just means a lot because to be able to make plays on defense, score points on defense, we know how much that helps the offense, how much confidence that keeps us to have, and so it just felt great,
Kind of going off that, for a long time you guys are playing good defense, but the turnovers weren't coming. Now you have a 2 turnover games, turnovers I think in 4 straight. Is it just kind of something where it kind of happens in bunches like that sometimes?
Yeah, for sure. That's something we've been emphasizing in practice, being able to get takeaways. And we know as long as we make our layups, finish, and run to the ball, they'll come to us because of how hard we're playing.
You guys have won your last 2 games by 114 points. Do you worry at all about your team's ability to stay hungry and focused going forward?
No, I think if anything, it makes us hungrier because it's now been proven and shown that, like, hey, this isn't necessarily our ceiling, but this is something that we can do week in and week out. So if anything, I think it just adds fuel to the fire, especially going into this kind of fourth quarter stretch of the season, so to speak. We've got some really good teams that we're going to be playing these next couple of weeks. Rice is a really good football team. So, I think these past 2 weeks have done nothing but just add more fuel to the fire, add more juice to us, and we'll be ready to go this next Saturday.
Kind of going off of that, when you're in these kind of one-sided games and you maybe don't get to play all 4 quarters, is the competitor in you kind of unhappy with that, or is it more just like, hey, I know I did my job and I'm able to go, you can just get ready for the next week?
I get it's a little bit of both. I mean, you start working for these games that you're playing all the way back in January, and so naturally the little kid in me just wants to keep playing football for the whole day, for 5 quarters if we can. But obviously at the same time, it's very, very rewarding and cool to be able to watch Kevin Jennings go in there and throw a touchdown, and watch the guys that you're in meetings with every single day for 10, 11 months out of the year. You get to go in and execute and have fun doing what they love to.
For both of you, what does the reaching, that mark of bowl eligibility mean, just in terms of the season, just your goals this year?
It's pretty cool. It's really good for us to be able to get that achievement. To know we're going in the bowl game, but now we just focus on the next week. Now the number is 4, focusing on Rice now. But it is a great feeling to know we're bowl eligible. But it's next step, next game now that we're focused on, locked in, just to keep on focusing on the moment and where we are, where our feet are right now, and yeah.
The next 2 weeks, you guys face UNT in a couple weeks, but Rice, 2 in-state teams. Does that kind of help get the juices flowing a little bit? Kind of looking at those. Maybe you guys, I don't know if you guys know anybody on Rice or UNT. I'm sure you guys do.
Yeah, the in-state opponents are always really fun. There's I don't think there's any question that everybody from Texas has that Texas pride, and so when you get to play other schools from Texas, there's a bit of element of pride to that. And like I said, Rice is a really good football team, so getting to play them next week is going to be a blast. And then our crosstown rivalry in UNT is going to be a really good game too. So. Yeah, but no, definitely there's an aspect of playing those in-state teams that makes it a little bit more special.
During the week leading up to today, Coach Lashley was talking about how deep this team is and how far you guys have been able to go into your bench on both offense and defense. As strong as the defense has been, I think you have no one in the top 20 or something in the conference in tackles with all your receivers. They're not among the individual leaders as well. Does it feel different going into what you call the fourth quarter stretch of the season, in terms of just the fatigue and the wear and tear on the bodies as you get ready for this final push?
I think I think we are different in the fact that going into this fourth quarter stretch, we still have usually around this time of the year is when you have a lot of guys banged up, and especially if it's your the starters that are starting to get banged up, is when those role players have to step in. Well, our role players are playmakers. We really don't have any role players, at least from on the opposite side of the ball in the skill positions with the receivers that we have, the running backs that we have, the tight ends that we have. So obviously at this point in the season, no matter how talented and deep your team is, everybody's a little bit fatigued and beat up a little bit. But I think we definitely should have a bit of an edge on these teams that we're playing in November, just because of how deep we are.
You mentioned, first career pick 6. Did you have one in high school or anything like that?
High school, no, actually I had one.
I threw a pick 6.
Yeah, I threw a couple of those actually. Yeah. But I took a couple down to the 1 yard line. So that was actually now that I think about it, it's my first pick 6 since middle school or something like that. That's crazy. But now I think about it, so that's a great feeling, absolutely amazing feeling, man.
So last week, you guys still didn't have any votes at all in the top 25. Do y'all look at that at all, and at what point do you want to be able to kind of start seeing that stuff come in? Would like
Yeah, I mean that's obviously being in the top 25 is something that's cool, but I think the more that we focus on the external, naturally that can affect your preparation for the game that we're going to play this next Saturday and our ability to stay present. So that's not necessarily at the forefront of our mind, whether or not we're in the top 25 or people think that we should be ranked. I think as long as we keep our focus on being able to play like this, like we did today, week in and week out, the rest is going to take care of itself.